Pro Evolution Soccer 2017, or PES 2017 to be quicker with it, is a video game that's coming out very, very soon. Tom, you know the yearly debate. Is it FIFA, is it PES? We don't know because we haven't played FIFA yet. But you seem to be enjoying PES quite a lot.
It's very good. I'm pretty sure that whoever reviews PES says the same thing every year, in that they've improved some bits.
Yep. That's like all football games, really, isn't it? They don't really sweep and
Passing's
change.
really nice. Shooting's really good.
Yeah.
Very PES-y, very kind of elaborate kind of goals and that kind of feel when it comes off the boot is all really nice. It looks nicer. The AI is better. These are all things that I'm sure I've said.
How's goalkeeping? I remember last year goalkeeping
actually,
was talking about.
I think it's been improved. Like the AI overall, although possibly we've been told it's been improved, so in my head I think it's been improved, but it does seem like the AI overall has been upped somewhat. So players are more intelligent in terms of how they react to what's going on, so they make smart runs. They kind of know if you're focusing a certain way, so if you're always picking out sort of Dembele in the middle, for example, they'll close him down a lot more to try and take him out of the game. And whether or not that's me thinking that's happening because that's what Konami have said happens this year, I don't know, but that is what appears to be happening in the game. So, and the goalkeepers also, while shooting is really good, you can score some amazing goals, the goalies can get some amazing saves as well. They don't feel too good or particularly bad in any point. I mean, mistakes are made across the board, really, so you do get the odd time where the defender plays a terrible back pass and that kind of thing.
But that's good that you want that. You need to have the mistakes, otherwise it doesn't feel like football.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. Like, what I'm not so thrilled about is I'm not sure if it's kind of something that's going to affect everybody, but often the refs have just not been blowing for what I consider blatant obstruction. So I'll kind of knock it past the last defender, and they just step in front of you.
Is that constant though, or is it
happens quite a lot?
So probably not like intentional.
And the refs just do nothing, and it's like in my mind,
you sound just like you've been watching football on a Saturday. To be honest, Tom.
In my mind, that's like at least a yellow, if not a red, in some instances, and it's just nothing. Just carry on.
I'd have to see it, but I don't mind it if it encourages that kind of debate. Because if you're trying to replicate football, I actually think that's quite a nice thing to do.
That is one of the things. Like it's definitely not like perfect. There's issues across the board, but none of them make it bad. They just kind of make it something that you talk about a bit more. And I don't know whether it's deliberate that the refs don't blow for these things or not. It feels slightly like they could blow a little bit, but maybe I've just been unlucky, and it's kind of almost a random element to it.
Well, it's only fair to mention as well, and this is with all football games, that the version that gets released will be drastically different to the demo. It usually is, because they usually make a lot of last-minute tweaks. FIFA does that a lot. Like, it comes out, it can be a different game. So maybe that's just one of the things they're sorting out. I don't know.
Well, this is the review build, Miller.
It is the review build?
Yeah, it's the final patched build.
Well,
so
I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, but all right.
I mean, I don't know if it's changed that much from the demo. The only thing that I would have issue with at the moment is this one refereeing thing. And there's just an odd time when now and again players just kind of trip over each other a lot in the middle of the pitch. But that's possibly due to how I play and bunching too many people together.
Because you play as Tottenham, Tom.
Yeah.
Sums up the grace of Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham are very, very kind of good at closing down. Yeah. They're very, very fast.
Well, I think that's something that PES always does well. I hate, excuse my term, but it gets the personality of teams right.
Yeah.
Like, if you can find a team that plays in a certain way, or like how you like to think they play, 9 times out of 10 in PES they do play that way.
Yeah.
I think in FIFA sometimes it can almost feel like a team can be copy and pasted elsewhere, but PES really does get, so if you play Arsenal, for example, tick-a-tack-a football is going to be what you want to do, because that's how Arsenal play. Pass it into the net, don't shoot.
Yeah. Well, that is one of the things they've claimed they've done, and again, it seems like they have, but it may just be their influence. It's kind of clouding my judgment, but you do get the sense that the best players, they've got a bit more control. You can fire a pass in, they'll trap it a lot easier than if you ping it across to someone like second division or whatever. And I was just a minute ago playing Tottenham Arsenal, or North East London Arsenal, and Arsenal they do pass it around a lot more than they need to. Like, I'm not sure if that was just it happened to be happening, but that appears to be. I imagine their players have got that extra level of like creativity, flair, attributes, so they may well go for the more ridiculous passing when they could just have a shot from range. I beat them 2-0 by having 2 shots from just outside the box, and they were trying to pass
can't
in.
Handle that. The animation, I think, is excellent as well. I haven't played it. From what I've seen, I think that's something PES always gets right.
Yeah.
Is that, and I think they do this most years, they actually sort of cut out some animations, but so it looks better.
Yeah.
As opposed to animating literally everything. And you can see everything looks really smooth. Like when you actually start playing a good game of football, it looks like a good game of football. And I think PES always gets that spot on.
Yeah, it's a very impressive looking game. There's like, the only issue I have with the presentation is there's the odd player that just looks weird. Like Son from Spurs. He's just like...
He just didn't get any time, did he?
He's not. His face is good, but his hair colour is like, I don't know if they've ever seen a picture of him or not. They just scanned his face. But some other like classic PES type things that are just weird. Like when you see like a league table, it doesn't show you how many games have been played.
That's bizarre.
And the points are on the far left. It's like, who was ever... They must have seen like the classic... Like,
well, maybe that's how they do it in Japan.
I don't know, but
it
just looks weird, and it feels like that is just a little thing that they could just fix very easily, and it just annoyed me slightly for like a minute. I'm over it now. But is
there any new modes in there that you've been toying around with?
They've got all this normal stuff. So there's Master League, which is I guess the one everyone really plays the most. They've got My PES, which haven't been a test yet because that's tied to their online service and that's not open yet. But that's kind of their kind of attempt to make something like Ultimate Team. It doesn't have the same draw as Ultimate Team, because Ultimate Team is about it's like the football stickers thing.
Exactly, who you're going to get.
Without a proper license, you can never have that kind of feel to it. But it's a decent thing. I don't know what they've changed this year because I haven't played it yet. They've got a new online league system, which is meant to promote competitive play a bit more. And then obviously all like the friendly matches, friendly online matches, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff there. I don't think, from what I've played anyway, Master League doesn't seem particularly different to how it ever was.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like it's just the same thing, but that's kind of what you want. They've got the Champions League, which feels weird because it's like the official license for the Champions League. Then you're playing in it as all these unlicensed teams. Just like fine. They've got it. That's cool for them. They've got the license, but it's not quite as cool as it would have been had they had like everything. But it's fine. They can't compete with EA in terms of licensing. They've got what they've got. And with the update will be available soon, I think, where you can sort of patch the PS3, PS4. I'm not sure what you can do on the Xbox One version, but on PS4 at least, you can update all the teams with the proper badges, the proper names, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy to do on a USB stick. So that will make all that better. Commentary's still utterly terrible.
That's the same with all football games and all sports games. There's no good commentary.
I don't know if they'd ever try and fix it, but it's got the same classic. You've had a shot, it was terrible, and then they act like a second later like it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Commentary's irrelevant in football games to me now. But overall, you actually think PES is it better? It's better than last year's.
Yeah,
which is the main thing.
I haven't played a football game properly in a couple of years because I kind of got a bit bored with them, I guess.
As well, and
it was just all I played was football games in the evenings, and that was it. I didn't have time to play other games. But this one feels like I will play it a lot. Whether or not it's the best PES, I don't know. Like I've played it for like a good chunk of hours, but I haven't played it for like 200 hours like you would over a course of a year. So it's very good. It's a very good game. Whether or not it stands up to being the best PES, I think we'll have to wait and see.
But maybe better than FIFA this year. Well, it's better than FIFA last year.
I think, FIFA is changing, so we don't know. I mean, I have yet to play FIFA, but I think it'll be interesting to see if that starting afresh sort of has anything, like if it can compete with PES, which feels like it's been refined a lot.
We'll find out in a couple of weeks, right?
FIFA's out at the end of the month, yeah. PES is out now, pretty much.
Is it out now? I think it came out late September.
Nope.
Oh, well, shut my mouth. It's out now. If you want it, go buy it. If you don't, have a guess what? Don't buy it.